Oh my god. They did it. They actually invited me. Are you fucking kidding me?
I got invited to the Halo Infinite tech preview. This is one of the happiest moments of my life.
So I got it framed.
So after the hype wore off and the website actually loaded, it was time for me to download the game on my Xbox. So 30 minutes later and the game's finally downloaded. Now it's time to play it and the servers are offline because it's 2 a.m.
Damn it!
So I went to sleep and then woke up.
Who is this gentleman?
Got on the game and played until the tech preview ended. So in total, I played the preview for around 10 hours. In that time, I think this might be the best Halo game that 343 has ever made. Maybe it's just the hype of a new Halo game, but in my opinion, they have perfected the new Halo formula. Everything just feels so great, from the gunplay to the aiming to the sprinting. Yep, sprinting from Halo 4 and 5 is back, and while I've never really liked the sprinting in Halo games, I'll admit it's grown on me over time to the point where it doesn't really bother me too much anymore. It's probably just because literally every FPS has sprinting now, so I'm just used to it. Overall, the movement is definitely fast, and that's coming from a person who was a fan of the originals. When I played of 4 and 5, it feels a bit slower compared to those two, but definitely faster than the original 3. And I'm not saying that the faster combat is a bad thing. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed it, but some of the Halo purists will probably be mad. The shooting and all the weapons feel great though, although one problem with it, and probably my biggest problem with the whole beta, is the aim assist. It is too damn strong. Considering that this game is going to be cross-platform with PC players, the aim assist being this strong is a very bad thing, because PC players will be getting destroyed. I mean, just look at this clip of how strong it is.
Active camo inbound. Active camo available.
The 343 is saying that they're looking into it, so it probably won't be that big of a deal at launch. Just something worth mentioning. But enough about that, let's move on to the maps available in this tech preview. There are 4 in total. All are fairly small except for this one, which is a lot of fun. This one's called Behemoth and actually features vehicles, but it's still a 4v4. This one plays good, but there's definitely better maps with vehicles in Halo. But I'll admit, it was a nice change of pace compared to all the other smallest maps that this tech preview was offering. The other maps featured don't have any vehicles, but they're still fun. Recharge is the first map I played on, and this one is probably my favorite of the tech preview. A small map with a lot of action and a bunch of verticality and different angles for a fight. So many fun weapons are available here, like the gravity hammer. Fuck every other gun, this is the best weapon in the game. But yeah, this one is great and just pure chaos and a bunch of action. Live fire was the next map I played on, and this one was a lot of fun too. A bit bigger than Recharge, but still just as chaotic. It's sort of the opposite of Recharge, where that map is focused a lot more on verticality. This map has a lot of lanes and ground combat. There's 3 hallways in the center, which is where majority of the action takes place. You've also got this weird-ass gun called a skewer, which is a lot of fun. The gravity hammer is cooler, though. And then there's Bazar. I don't care, I hate this map. Every match I played on this map I did not enjoy. It's just boring and everyone camps and just shoots at each other from range. And there's no point in going in the middle, because going down there is instant death. I don't know, maybe some people like this map, but I just really didn't. It wasn't for me. The only good thing I could really say about it is that the rocket launcher is in here and blowing people up is fun as fuck. But that's not saying much, because from what I've used, every gun in this game is fun as fuck. And the balancing seems to be on point, unlike the Magnum from Halo 1, whose balancing was the opposite of on point. But I must say that the Magnum in Halo Infinite got the Halo 2 treatment and has been fucking neutered. And that's probably because it's not the Magnum, it's the MK50. But I don't care, I want the Magnum back, even though it's broken. It's infinitely more badass than this dinky shit. But of course you've got the Assault Rifle, the mainstay, the most iconic gun in all of Halo. And I'm happy to say that it is great in this game. It might be a little bit too strong considering that's actually capable of beating the battle rifle in a close range fight, but that might be intentional. And if that's intentional, then I'm fine with that, because I always found it annoying how the AR was always outgunned by the battle rifle at close range, when the battle rifle is meant to be a mid to long range weapon. And speaking of the battle rifle, it's great in this game too. It's still strong as hell, especially if you're able to land those bursts. And while it's good, I think I liked it just a little bit more in other Halo games. Next up, a new weapon, the Commando, which is awesome. Basically the AR, but slower and with a lot more kick and way more powerful. This weapon handles great and might be my favorite weapon in this game. And I'm surprised it's taken this long to get a slower, more powerful AR in a Halo game. The pulse rifle is another new weapon, and I'll admit that I didn't really like this gun that much. It's a Covenant weapon that shoots projectiles, and I don't know, it just doesn't handle that nice to me, and landing your shots is annoying as hell because all it shoots is projectiles. Then we've got the plasma pistol, the underappreciated GOAT of Halo on Legendary. This weapon is pretty bad. It handles fine, and just like the plasma pistol, it's just not very good in multiplayer because the lock-on is awful and you will not hit your targets unless they are standing perfectly fucking still. Another Covenant weapon returns, the Needler, and this gun is the opposite of the plasma pistol. While the plasma pistol in this game is weaker to its counterparts, the Needler in this game might be the most powerful Needler yet. The shots target the hell out of your enemies, and when they blow up, it's fucking game over. I do have a feeling it'll get nerfed, but as it stands right now, it's a lot of fun. Then we've got the new shotgun, the Bulldog, and I like the old shotgun more. This is fine, but it just doesn't feel as powerful or as satisfying as the M90 shotgun from every other Halo game. I kinda just wish that gun returned, like how the Sniper returned. The Sniper is back and just as badass as ever. I mean, what can you say? Fucking one-shotting people is so goddamn nice. Then we've got the fun guns, and I've already touched on these a bit. Like I said earlier, the rocket launcher is great, and the new gun that I also mentioned earlier, the Skewer, is also really cool. But enough about that, I just want to talk about the Gravity Hammer. This might be the most fun weapon in all of Halo, and I don't care what anyone says. Killing people with it and just sending them flying into orbit is so fucking fun. And that's all the weapons I used during my time with the tech preview, but there's still some more. The Disruptor, Hydra, Mangler, Ravager, Cindershot, Shock Rifle, Stalker Rifle, Heat Wave, and Sentinel Boom are all weapons that I didn't use but are in this game. And from what I've seen, they all seem pretty fun, but I can't really comment on that since I haven't used them. But now let's move on to the game modes, and we've got 3 here in total. The first you've got Slayer, which is basically the team deathmatch of Halo, killing the enemy team until one of you reach 50 points. This mode is fun and can get pretty intense and works well with the maps available, but there's not much to say about it, it's just your basic TDM. Then there's Strongholds, and this mode is basically just domination, and it's a lot of fun. Going for kills is great, but actually going for the objective is also a lot of fun. And thankfully, it seems like most players actually do try to go for the objective, which can make this game mode pretty intense, especially during a close match. Everything about this mode works well. They seem to have gotten the domination formula locked down. The point capture is fast enough to keep it interesting, but not so fast that you guys are just hot potatoing the points around like in Splitgate. And the flag placements are also great, not being so far away that you have to run for 15 fucking minutes to reach them, but not so close that you get bombarded by 100 enemies. Strongholds was a lot of fun and probably my favorite mode in this tech preview. And the final of the 3 is Capture the Flag. Overall, Capture the Flag is a lot of fun and actually plays like the original Capture the Flag, not whatever the fuck Halo 4 did to it. In this version, Capture the Flag works as intended. You capture the enemy team's flag and try to get it to your flag. If your flag is stolen, then you won't be able to get a point until it's returned. And if the flag carrier dies, then the team has to sit on their flag for about 10 seconds until it goes back to their base. Not that weird 30-second bullshit that Halo 4 did. Being the flag carrier in Infinite is just as intense as it was in the OG Halo games, since you have no fucking way of defending yourself other than meleeing.
Flag taken. Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag dropped. Flag stolen. Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag dropped. Flag captured.
Being able to carry a pistol like in Halo 4 and 5 has thankfully been cut, since that made this game mode way less intense and way more boring. I'm glad that they brought back the original Capture the Flag style, because it was so much better and I actually enjoy Capture the Flag now. Hell, Capture the Flag even got some fun on my least favorite map, Bazaar. This is a great team-based mode, but I still like Strongholds just a little bit more. From these 3 modes that I played, they all work well with the maps available, but that's not really saying much. These 3 modes are basic-ass FPS modes, so no shit they're gonna be good. It's hard to fuck up Team Deathmatch and Domination, although it is definitely possible to fuck up Capture the Flag. And that's a summary of the tech preview from Halo Infinite. Now it's time to figure out what I do with my life until Big Team Battle comes out next week.
It's finally time! Halo Infinite servers are finally back up! Oh, I can't wait to play Big Team Battle! Maybe it's a mistake.